This is 16 WAPT News at 10.
How many times has your home been broken into?
As of today, 4.
That's 4 times too many for this homeowner who's fed up why she believes she's been targeted.
Plus, should there be an age limit for driving? In tonight's special report, we're asking the tough questions following several serious accidents involving seniors.
After the sequence, Sweat and Sambas, we have a winner for season 13 of Dancing with the Stars, and you saw it right here on 16 WAPT.
I'm David Hartman with weather. First, we had about an inch of rain today. It really came down hard at times. Here's the latest on Live Storm Show 16 Doppler radar. The rain is long gone. It's over in Alabama, moving through Mobile area, continuing to move through the area of the coastal areas of Alabama and Florida. So it's moving away. Here's your forecast now for the Thanksgiving holiday. Becoming sunny tomorrow. And look at that. Nice temperatures over the next couple days. So travel weather looks good. Full forecast right into the holiday weekend. I'll have it for you coming up.
Thank you, David. New tonight, a Jackson woman barricaded in her home. She says after criminals broke in 4 times this year, she is just fed up.
As 16 WAPT's Aaron Kelly reports that North Jackson woman says thugs are targeting her. And Aaron, who are these burglars?
Darren, this woman says she does not know, but her home that's not far from here at Hawkins Field has been broken into, like you said, more than 4 times. 4 times. The most recent time happened today. One after another complaints to police for separate break-ins and incidents dating back to 4 years ago. This Jackson resident wants us to call her Miss J. She says she doesn't want to be on camera because she's afraid, but she thinks she's being targeted by criminals.
I've had several entries into my home. I've had larceny, vandalism, and it's really just nerve-wracking. And I know that there should be something that we can do.
Ms. J lives near Hawkins Airfield in Northwest Jackson. She says burglars cut her security alarm and broke into her car.
Yeah, this is my car. This is my personal car on my property.
They didn't stop there. She says they broke into 2 windows she's had to board up. How does it make you feel that you have to put boards over your windows?
It hurts. It really hurts.
We don't have a problem on this end down here. So, I mean, I don't know what problem she had, but we don't have any problem down here.
Ms. J says she's being targeted because she's a senior citizen, and she's not the only one. She says police have been good at responding after a break-in, but she wants more help from the city preventing the crimes.
I'd like to see the police more involved. I'd like to see the mayor take a stand on really checking on visibility of the area.
Ms. J says she doesn't plan to move, but she's running out of options to keep herself safe.
Come when you think.
Now, we did talk to Jackson Police. They said they are looking into these cases, Darren.
I feel awful for her, Aaron. How much has she lost in all these crimes?
Darren, she says this cost her about $500 to $600 just in repairs to her house.
Hopefully they'll catch those burglars. All right, thank you very much. Aaron Kelly reporting live tonight. New at 10, a basketball heist. Cops say thieves cleaned out the lockers of a high school basketball team. It happened at Wingfield High School. Parents tell us while Lanier was playing against Wingfield on the court, burglars broke into their locker room and stole a bunch of valuables. Now, this is the second time crooks broke into lockers at the school. So far, no arrests have been made.
Byram neighbors are asking who's accountable for a water outage tonight. Neighbors near Davis and Gary Road say they haven't had water in their homes since early this afternoon. This area includes the Eagles Nest, Silver Creek, and Robinson Estates subdivisions. A spokesman for the city of Jackson says a water main break on Davis Road is causing that problem. He says crews are trying to repair it now and water should be restored tonight. Once it is restored, neighbors will be under a boil water alert until clean tests come back from a lab. Neighbors say this is not happening soon enough.
I hadn't had any water. We hadn't, so we had dinner and, we just hadn't been able to clean our dishes.
You can't take a shower, you can't wash your dishes. It's inconvenient.
Definitely bad timing. Neighbors are also upset because they claim they could not reach anyone to report their emergency. City leaders tell us they had a phone outage, but those phone lines are working now.
New at 10, one neighborhood is fighting tonight to keep their post office open. Dozens gathered at Black's Chapel Baptist Church tonight in hopes of saving the Westland Plaza post office. Representatives from the U.S. Postal Service were there to answer questions from concerned citizens. Budget cuts are forcing the Postal Service to close branches around the country.
There's still a large number of seniors here who do not have access of transportation to get downtown or to various other post office to make purchases.
The Postal Service says it's conducting studies to test which offices customers can do without. There are 4 other Jackson area post office locations on the list of possible closures.
A judge has denied bond for a JPD detective accused of killing his baby. Jackson police arrested Nateo Gray Sunday and charged him with felony child abuse after his 1-year-old daughter, Aubrey Brown, was rushed to UMC. She later died at the hospital. Those charges were upgraded to capital murder yesterday after an autopsy showed the toddler died from blunt force trauma to the stomach. According to Gray's attorney, as of now, he's still employed with the Jackson Police Department.
Plenty of damage today after a line of storms slammed Mississippi. Strong winds hammered the area around 11 o'clock today. Some of the worst damage we saw was in Rankin County. Dozens of emergency workers rushed to the Mount Elam neighborhood off Whitfield Road. 16 WAPT's Scott Simmons found one instance where a man is lucky to be alive.
Talk about your close call here on Old Whitfield Road. They just about cleared the tree that had come across. But check out what it did to this pickup truck. There was a driver inside when a tree came down and crushed the front end of his truck. He was able to get out. He is okay. But firefighters who are actually located right at this position had to do some moving to get around all the storm debris.
And as soon as we heard that this road was blocked, we started immediately accessing this area from the east off of Airport Road. There was 2 trees across the road down there. We cut them up, removed them so that other fire emergency crews could get access into this community, as well as energy and other agencies involved.
So the latest reports out of Pearl, so far so good. A lot of tree damage and down power lines. The work well underway to get that back in order. But they believe they dodged a bullet, in a matter of speaking, with this storm that rolled through. In Pearl, Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.
The severe weather also forced some Jackson families out of their homes. The Atkins family says they heard a loud noise before noon at their home on Cooper Road. When they looked out of the window, they saw several trees littering their front yard, as you can see. One of the biggest ones even blocked traffic in the neighborhood. Homeowners we talked to say the whole thing lasted just a few minutes.
I thought it was a tornado that had come through, but I wasn't sure because, I mean, as fast as it came, it left and everything quieted down.
The city says it already has crews working on removing those trees from roads.
Both drivers are okay after a police cruiser crashed with another car earlier tonight. It happened on State Street around 6:30. JPD says the driver of an SUV and the officer only had minor injuries. No one was taken to the hospital. Both cars had to be towed from the scene. The cause of the crash is under investigation. Now to a Who's Accountable investigation. Is Mississippi making sure older drivers are fit for the road? This after several high-profile accidents with drivers over 70.
Well, this year the state started issuing 8-year driver's licenses. Tonight, 16 WAPT Sammy Eswick went to find out who's accountable to make sure seniors are ready to drive.
A 6th grader hit and killed getting on his school bus. Police arrest Raymond Watts. He is 82 years old. Just days later, a child struck by a car coming off the school bus in Scott County. That driver, 87. A 93-year-old driver killed when he pulls onto Interstate 220 going the wrong way. This driver swerved off the interstate, hitting a signpost. He was 76. Serious accidents all tied to older drivers. They happened the same year the state started issuing 8-year driver's licenses. That means a driver can keep the same driver's license well into their 80s without being evaluated.
That ain't right. It ain't right. To put mine, your life, and everybody else's life out there when they can't see.
Scientifically, age takes a toll on your ability to drive.
Part of the normal process of aging. As we get older, individuals, our reaction time will slow down.
So you have put limits on yourself?
Yes, I have. Because I know I'm not as capable as I used to be.
Ben Edwards is in his early 70s. He's driven trucks and school buses for years, but he says he'll be ready to hand his keys over when he turns 80.
I really think when people reach 80, they really should be some kind of test, I think.
The Department of Safety says 8-year driver's licenses are designed to keep people out of long lines at the DMV. But we uncovered a major problem with the system, a lack of testing.
If you have an elderly person that comes in that wants to renew their driver's license, at any time does the person behind the counter ask them, hey, take an eye exam?
Not unless there has been something in their past. Maybe they've been pulled over before and a law enforcement officer has issued them a citation.
Older drivers we talk to say we need more accountability than that.
Do you think there'll come a day where you'll hand over the keys to your daughter?
I think it will come. And it may not be too long.
I think they'd be an eye test after, say, 60 years old. I mean, I wouldn't say do it when you're young, and most people can see. They turn, 60, 65 years old, they already have to have an eye exam.
As someone, ages, their eyesight will theoretically become less effective.
Eyes aren't the only problem. Investigators say slow reaction time could be the reason for those recent accidents at school bus stops. Police say it played a role in the crash that killed 10-year-old Alan Lutrick. 82-year-old Raymond Watts said he never saw the boy in the road before he hit him. In one of the worst accidents involving older drivers, 93-year-old TV personality Joby Martin died in a fiery crash when he turned the wrong way onto Interstate 220 and hit another car head-on.
41.
Back at the DMV, state officials say this 8-year license is still in a testing phase.
Just like we did with the kiosk to make sure it would be something that Mississippians would want to use, we're going to do the same thing with the 8-year driver's license.
Writers of the law told 16 WAPT News they still support it, and they want it to become permanent. Johnny Stringer, who sponsored the bill, says he doesn't see the 8-year license as a problem when it comes to older drivers. In Jackson, Tammy Eswick, 16 WAPT News.
According to the National Center for Statistics and Analysis, an average of 500 older adults are injured every day in crashes, but younger drivers still cause far more crashes than older drivers. We are already getting feedback about the story. An email from DD Golfer 49 says, why all of a sudden you're going to jump on old people for driving? He goes on to say, for every accident caused by old folks, I bet there are 20 caused from young people texting. On Facebook, Steve Adams writes, drivers, no matter their ages, should be retested every 4 to 8 years. Senior citizens just seem to get a bum rap because of incidents like this, but no one really pays attention to the 18 to 49-year-olds who wreak havoc. Keep those comments coming on our Facebook page or call the Feedback 16 line at 601-355-1616.
Well, several disappointed families reached out to 16 WAPT after the last Disney on Ice performance was canceled due to a power failure at the Mississippi Coliseum. They wanted to know who's accountable for getting them a refund. So we reached out to the producers of Disney on Ice, and they tell us those who were at Sunday's show will get a refund. If you purchase tickets online, refunds will be posted to your credit card within 7 to 10 days. If you paid with cash, tickets should be taken to the point of purchase. For more information on where you can get a refund, go to WAPT.com.
After 10 weeks of hitting the ballroom, there's a new Dancing with the Stars champion.
Oh, there you go. The Mirrorball Trophy went to J.R. Martinez. Ricky Lake was the first star out of the trio to be sent packing earlier tonight. Then it came down to, as you saw, J.R. Martinez and Rob Kardashian. The actor and injured Iraq vet ended up the big winner. Congratulations to obviously all of the dancers, but especially to JR.
Right, and we're hoping we can get a live picture from LA where we can see some of that celebration going on later in the newscast.
Big party.
Well, it was a war of words in the nation's capital tonight as the Republican presidential hopefuls met for another debate.
Newt Gingrich is surging in the polls, but Mitt Romney and Herman Cain took plenty of shots at their GOP foe. Who was the big winner and which candidate fell flat?
All right, Thanksgiving, lots of football. Ho, charge! And your Thanksgiving football watching forecast for the afternoon, we're looking at sunshine. Well, stuffed with sunshine, 70, low of 42. Rest of your holiday forecast is coming up. You're watching 16 WAPT News.
16 WAPT, the station finding who's accountable. Awarded Best Newscast by the Associated Press. Wednesday on 16 WAPT News, a story every parent should see. One school bus, 2 children, and fear.
My daughter got raped on your school bus by another girl.
She took away an innocence that can't be redone.
Why parents say the school isn't doing enough.
No harm, no foul. That's what it seems like they're saying.
And the alarming twist that could save a child. Wednesday on 16 WAPT News at 10. Want to get all the news that's happening right now? Go to WAPT.com and click on any of the local news stories. WAPT.com. It's how you know. Brought to you in part by Patty Peck Honda.
Don't wait till Friday to save on the brands and styles you love. Tuesday and Wednesday only. Shop the Belk After Thanksgiving Now sale. Take advantage of after Thanksgiving prices before the holiday on everything except Friday early birds. Take an extra 20% off sale prices with your Belk card. 15% in home and shoes. Save 75% and more on Red Dot clearance. Plus, get free shipping when you spend $50 or more at Belk.com. Tuesday and Wednesday only. Don't miss the Belk After Thanksgiving Now sale. Modern, Southern, style. Belk.
12 incredible hours, 5 great locations. It's the pre-Thanksgiving sale you've been waiting for. The 12-hour sale at Tillman Furniture.
The day before Thanksgiving from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m., save 25% store-wide at all 5 Tillman locations. For your shopping convenience, Tillman offers in-store credit approval. Save 25% on beautiful home furnishings.
Don't miss our incredible 12-hour sale the day before Thanksgiving from 7 till 7 at Tillman Furniture, Hazelhurst, Crystal Springs, McGee, Macomb, and Brookhaven.
Shop smart at the Room Store by Miskelly. Create the home of your dreams at prices so low, you'll be amazed. At Miskelly's Room Store, save by the piece. Save even more by the room. Bedrooms, mattresses, living rooms, and a huge assortment of dining rooms at prices nobody can beat. We guarantee it. Great furniture, great prices, service you can count on. It's fast, it's easy, it's fabulous. It's Room Store by Miskelly. Shop smart. Shop Room Store.
You're watching 16 WAPT News at 10 with Stephanie Maxwell, Darren Dito, sports with Aslan Hodges, and weather with Chief Meteorologist David Hartman. Tough questions, finding who's accountable. 16 WAPT News continues.
Well, good soaking today. Now, before the rain came in, we had a high of 78 degrees. Right now, it's 64. That's the low for the day. 1 inch even, anywhere from a ½ inch south to an 1.5 inches up towards the Delta. Just kind of depending on where you are. Look at live storm showed 16 Doppler radar right now. We've cleared out nicely that line of storms well off to the east. Now, it hasn't cleared out. The rain has cleared out, but we still do have cloud cover, and some of that may linger into the morning. Over to the maps, and here's a nice look at the storm center in the front. The front has actually just moved through the Jackson area between 9 and 10 o'clock. Our winds have finally switched from south to northwest, so the front crossing the area right now. As far as clearing, watch the clearing. It is beginning to take place across southern Arkansas and northern Louisiana. Some cloud cover could linger into the morning, so don't be surprised if you wake up in some spots and there is lingering cloud cover. That is a possibility, but I do expect it to become mostly sunny as the morning turns into the afternoon. So pleasant changes for the rest of the week. Thanksgiving Day looks terrific. Black Friday looks terrific for shoppers no matter what time you're going to get out there. I know what time I'll be getting out there early. No, I'm not getting involved in that. Hey, you can see where the clouds are beginning to break up behind the front. 57 in Greenville, Vicksburg 58, front just through Jackson, so we'll see temperatures slowly fall into the 50s while you sleep. And lows, upper 40s to low 50s across the region. Tomorrow night will be much cooler than it will be tonight. And tomorrow, high temperatures going to depend on how much cloud cover we have, but they could range from the middle 60s to around 70 degrees across the area. Through the south, if you're traveling now over towards Atlanta, it's a little bit cool, low to mid 60s, 59 in Birmingham, 57 in Nashville. A lot of folks go to the beaches for the holiday, and temperatures down there will be in the 70s. Very nice. So Wednesday and Thursday we're looking good, cool, a little warmer on Friday as a mild flow takes over. Saturday, if you're traveling, going to the Egg Bowl, I do expect a round of rain and thunderstorms to come in late in the day or at night, continuing to at least the first part of Sunday, turning dramatically colder. And there is a chance that somewhere this rain could end in some snow flurries Sunday night. I know it sounds crazy, but it is not out realm of possibilities. Plenty of time to watch that. So tonight, 53, a little fog could be around through the night. 63 tomorrow, north wind 5 to 10. 40 tomorrow night. Then as you begin to heat the house up with the oven on Thanksgiving Day itself, it'll get up to near 70. Very nice. 73 on Friday. Saturday will be warm until the rain comes in. It turns much colder. Did you all like my turkey football graphic?
I love it.
Very good. Very fancy.
Stephanie said those turkeys were about as fast as the Ole Miss defense. She said that. I didn't say that.
No comment. Thank you, sir.
Well, Republicans square off again tonight in their latest presidential debate. The topic, national security.
With Newt Gingrich gaining popularity, were the other Republican contenders able to slow down his momentum? Who made points and who missed the mark? Next, you're watching 16 WAPT News at 10.
Live Storm Shield 16 is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi and its Let's Go Walkin' Mississippi program. Be healthy. Go walkin'.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has something for everybody on my holiday list.
All at a great price, too.
My husband will love these.
For my wife.
My sister.
My son. I can get this from my uncle.
My dad needs this.
I guess that's everyone.
Just in case.
Wow them with Nike Shox Qualify 2 running shoes. Hot deal $59.99. And Garmin Auto GPS hot deal $139.99.
The right gifts for low prices every day. Academy.
Both my parents smoked, and I worked many years in a job where they allowed smoking. You know, a lot of people smoked. We didn't think anything about it. But I got lung cancer. I never smoked a day in my life. I was worried I'd never see my grandchildren grow up. Whenever someone lights up next to you, they're not just affecting themselves, they're affecting everyone who's around them. I'm living proof of that. Everybody deserves to breathe smoke-free air.
You see them around the block, in town, at the game. The doctors of University Physicians are dedicated to bringing a new level of care to every one of us. University Physicians at Grants Ferry offers a wide range of services, including primary care and more than 20 different specialties. The highest level of care may be closer than you think. Shouldn't your doctor be a university physician? Call 888-815-2005 or visit umhc.com/grantsferry.
Okay, it's game day. Where tradition runs deeper than your Aunt Patty's potato salad. Face paint? Check. Pom-poms? Check. Meat for the grill? Check. F-150 with best-in-class towing, payload, and an EcoBoost engine delivering 22 mpgs. Check, check, and check. Now check this. Get 0 for 60 plus $1,500 cash back or up to $7,500 in total savings on F-150. Mississippi State Saturdays. Built Ford tough.
The Republican presidential contenders met tonight for a foreign policy debate in Washington. Newt Gingrich is now leading in several polls.
But many believe Mitt Romney may have wrapped up the nomination. 16 WAPT's Nicole Killian is there with all the Commitment 2012 highlights.
Stephanie and Darren, from Iran to Pakistan and illegal immigration, this debate was dedicated almost exclusively to foreign policy and national security. And it took place just a few blocks away from where the candidates hope to be, the White House.
Republican candidates for president of the United States.
In D.C.'s historic Constitution Hall, a heated debate over the war in Afghanistan.
Are you suggesting, Governor, that we just take all our troops out next week? Or what's your proposal?
Did you hear what I just said? I said we should draw down from 100,000. We don't need 100,000 troops.
It was the first forum on national security, provoking controversy over everything from the Patriot Act.
I think you want to use every tool that you can possibly use to gather the intelligence. The Patriot Act has clearly been a key part of that.
I think the Patriot Act is unpatriotic.
To TSA pat-downs and whether racial profiling should be used.
If you look at it, I mean, obviously it was people. Obviously, Muslims would be someone you'd look at.
If you take a look at the people who have tried to kill us, it would be easy to figure out exactly what that identification profile looks like.
The talk also turned to the home front, including failure by a congressional supercommittee to reach a deficit deal this week.
I don't think anybody is particularly surprised that a supercommittee failed. It was a super failure.
With automatic cuts due to kick in to defense and other programs, the candidates were asked what they'd slash.
We need to balance the budget and then chip away at the debt. This isn't monopoly money.
Even though they disagreed on the amount of cuts, nearly all the candidates were united against deep reductions to the military, taking aim at President Obama. They'll face off again next month. In Washington, Nicole Killian, 16 WAPT News. Stephanie and Darren, back to you.
Thank you, Nicole. The next Republican presidential debate is on December 10th in Des Moines, Iowa. It's sponsored by ABC News and the Des Moines Register.
Boy, oh boy, it's been a rough season for the Ole Miss football team.
Yes, but if the Rebels can beat the Bulldogs, they'll get bragging rights and keep MSU out of a bowl game. The latest from Oxford, next in sports. You're watching 16 WAPT News at 10.
All-new Range Rover Evoque, Motor Trend's 2012 Sport Utility of the Year.
At Blairy Batson Hospital for Children, everything is built around kids. And every year, more than 150,000 children visit Batson with illnesses and injuries that can't be treated elsewhere, or just for routine checkups. They rely on Batson's specialized care, and Batson relies on Friends of Children's Hospital for support. Show your support with a Friends of Children's Hospital check card and checks from Bank Plus. Visit your nearest Bank Plus office or foch.org for details.
This is our state. From Biloxi to Boonville. From the banks of the mighty Mississippi to the piney woods. As Mississippians, we proclaim this is our state. From humble beginnings, from farms to factories. From the shared challenges of our past to the shared promise of our future. It's a vision, an energy that unites us. Young, old, black, white. We come together to share the excitement, share the fun, share the passion. The time is now. Believe it, own it, fight for it, love it. This is our state.
12 a.m. still hours till morning. Been online since yesterday. Breath smells better. I need coffee. 500 early bird special. Not today. It's Black Friday. Black Friday. Gotta go to Kohl's on Black Friday. Everybody's going there at midnight. Midnight. Black Friday. Black Friday. Something that rhymes with Friday. But done. I'll be done with this list by the weekend. Get $15 Kohl's cash for every 50 you spend. Open Thursday at midnight. Can't get this darn song out of my head.
If you believe that you've not been paid overtime wages or have not received your final paycheck, call Morgan & Morgan or visit forthepeople.com.
Now, 16 Sports with Aslan Hodges.
Sometimes you pay the big bucks to coaches for their knowledge of X's and O's. Sometimes you hope they have good intuition and can trust their gut instinct. And while there aren't a whole lot of things to be optimistic about going into the Egg Bowl if you're part of the Rebel coaching staff, you still have one final shot to go out on top. Things have looked hopeless of late, but the head ball coach still remains upbeat for some reason.
I feel like we talked about this game throughout the summer. We've had a lot of our Mississippi guys been talking about this game, and I feel good about it right now. I feel good about looking forward to the week of preparation and getting ready for this game.
To high school now, when you share the sidelines with Bobby Hall, it's hard to step out of his shadow, but one very valuable assistant is making his mark with the Jags by taking a page out of the old coach's playbook.
He's intense.
He coaches with great passion.
He uses his hands a lot.
That's Todd Mangum, defensive coordinator of the Madison Central Jaguars. You can find him calling in the blitz or telling the boys to stay in base on Friday nights. Not only have the Jags broken in a new quarterback this season, they also had to break in a new defensive scheme and defensive staff. This is year one of the Mangum defense in Madison, and when the position came open, there was only one candidate for the spot.
Well, when I went after a defensive coordinator, he was the guy I had targeted. He was the only one I wanted. He's a great leader. He has great knowledge of the game. He's been exposed to a lot of great football through the years. He's got a ton of experience. He's a head coach. He just happens to be the defensive coordinator.
The Jags defense has played its best in its biggest games. They contained the dynamic Northwest Rankin Cougars under the bright lights. Then they limited South Panola, a team who had scored 41 or more points in 5 consecutive games, to only 14 points. No phone book, thick playbook needed, just rock-solid fundamentals.
Number one, we want to play with a lot of passion. We want to be aggressive. We want to fly to the ball. But the most important thing is we want to get as many people around the ball as we can.
And while he may be intense, passionate, and uses his hands a lot, every kid on both sides of the ball believe in their defensive coordinator.
You know, he's a good coach, though. He says the right things at the right time.
He motivates his players. He's intense, high volume, and, I think he's done really good for this defense.
He's real nice. He likes to talk a lot, but he's a real good coach, and lucky to have him as a coach.
So we'll see how he fares against top-ranked Olive Branch on Friday night.
That's going to be a good one.
Yep. Tough one.
Yeah. All right, Aslan, thanks so much.
We'll be right back.
Big discounts off MSRP are found at Great Daniels Nissan branded. The big volume, big discount Nissan leader.
Big discounts up to $7,500 off select Titan trucks. $2,750 discounts on 2012 Altimas. Or get 0% financing up to 60 months. A great selection of the Nissans you're looking for at the year's best prices. Online at GrayDaniels.com.
Nissan Brandon is the big volume, big discount Nissan leader. Just 2 miles east of the airport in the Great Daniels Auto Park.
It starts Friday at 7:30 a.m. Cowboy Maloney's Electric City Giant After Thanksgiving Sale. See the Thanksgiving newspaper for all the details. Black Friday pricing up to 36 months interest-free. That's the first time in 59 years.
On a $1,000 purchase, that's about $28 a month for 36 months interest-free.
So many minute specials while they last. A 60-inch Sharp TV only $7.99. A tablet for only $99. Or front-load washer and dryer only $6.99.
It all starts Friday at 7:30 at Cowboy Maloney's.
She is your world. Every breath, every movement. So full of promise. So achingly fragile. At Batson Children's Hospital, we devote our lives to helping hers as the only hospital in Mississippi just for children. Nothing matters more than her smile. We are Batson Children's Hospital because your kids are our world.
33 years ago, we had a simple idea. Make the best vehicles in America, and once a year, offer them with special savings. Today, it's a phenomenon. Toyotathon is back, and it's where you'll see the reinvented 2012 Camry. Lease the all-new Camry, $239 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a complimentary maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Others have tried to copy it, but in the end, there's only one Toyotathon. The biggest and best sales event of the year is going on now.
Coming up on Nightline, extreme mileage hoarders. They're not rich, but they vacation all over the world in first class, all for free, and we'll show you how. Plus, an interview with Lady Gaga and an exclusive performance of her song, Marry the Night.
Well, the holidays got off to an early start for some folks here in Jackson tonight for the annual South Jackson Thanksgiving service.
The celebration happened at New Horizon Church International. The Mississippi Faith-Based Coalition and 6 Jackson Public Schools teamed up to give out 400 turkeys to deserving families. Also, food donations were collected for Stew Pot Community Services.
All for an excellent cause. How about a final check of the weather, sir?
Well, speaking of the big day, we're expecting lots of sunshine. A temperature on Thanksgiving Day right around 70 degrees. Perfect weather for Thanksgiving this year. Maybe a little warm for some folks, but nice.
Okay.
That's our news at 10.
We want to hear from you. So like us on Facebook for all your local news and weather. And talk to us about the things taking place in our community.